Quick change art started, of course, in Italy in 1500 and something in Bologna done by one man who was playing all the characters of the Commedia dell'arte. And he was the very first, Giovanni Gabrielli. I started to do quick change when I was 13 because I was in a seminary. My father wanted to become a priest, so he put me there. And finally, I met a priest who was a magician. So I started to learn magic from him. And because I was shy, I would put on costumes just to go on stage. And God knows why I had this idea when I was 15. But it was the best idea of my life because, thank God, now I am the only one who does a complete show of quick changes with repertoire, with meanings, with acting, talking and singing and dancing, not only a merely expression of stunt, because if it was just that, it would be very boring. No, after 5 minutes that I'm changing quickly, you go, okay, what's next and what's now? But we have a story.
He's looking at you, kid.
In 2006, I was in the Guinness Book of Records as the fastest quick change artist in the world. They took a time, 1.5 seconds, to go from one costume to another. You know, this half, I never understand how they calculate 1/2 second, but anyhow, it's really a jiffy, it's a puff. And I do many changes like this in the show that happens in a split second. The show I'm doing here at the Garrick Theatre started and is almost 11 years old. But we revamp and we are doing and presenting a new version just for London. In fact, it starts with a completely new act for London because it takes place in London. It's a story of an old variety artist, myself in 30 years, who becomes many characters because it tells the story of his life. This version for the London audience, full of British humor and fast gags and sometimes another point of view, especially poetically, because European, Italians, French, we are more melodramatic, and British are sometimes ironical about even tragedies. So we use that in the show much more than in other countries. Tonight, it is my pleasure to be here in London. London! Hey, that's a touch-up! Hutchie, hutchie, hutchie!